Hi, Jennifer Villarreal here.
Hi, and this is Rocio Vallejo.
This is the Sales from the Heart Show, the place where business meets heart and soul. And today, I actually have a special guest that's going to be joining us. Actually, I have about 4 guests that are going to be joining us today. And we're going to talk about what it's like to be at networking events. But we don't want to create another networking nightmare. So want to give a few different tips and ideas of how to make the most out of networking events. This was a topic that has come up again and again for the people out there listening, for you specifically. I actually moderated an event last week with a Small Business Advocacy Council, and a lot of great questions that came up. So we want to just give you a few little tips to that today. A lot of times, we want to get more out of networking events, or maybe we want to run away from them. How can we get the most out of them? And so today, Rocio, we're going to break that down for people of how to get more relevant connections, how to have these meaningful meetings, right, and generate business not only for yourself, but also for others. So before we get into some of these tips, sometimes we encounter some people at events that maybe aren't as pleasant to deal with. And so I want to introduce you to one of these people. Her name is Nellie the Narcissist.
Hi.
And so Nellie, when you go to events,
Yes.
what do you like the most out of going to these events?
I love talking about myself. It's all about me. Me. Everything that I've done, everywhere that I've been, everything that I'm going to do, and how I'm so much better than you.
Wow. So how I would deal with a Nellie at an event is if they're constantly dominating the conversation, if they're just going from person to person and handing their business card and collecting those cards and just making it about them instead of engaging with someone, I probably would steer clear of Nellie. I wouldn't invest a lot of time with Nellie. And Nellie, quite frankly, probably wouldn't want to talk very much with me. Right? So, Nellie, who are the type of people that you would gravitate towards if it's all about you? Is it one particular person? Is it a lot of people? Is it just...
It would probably be somebody that was shy, a little intimidated.
Because then you would dominate
I
that
could
conversation.
totally dominate that conversation.
Okay, so then that brings us to Shy Sally. And Shy Sally is someone that's kind of in the corner, maybe not really engaging with a lot of people. Maybe they're in between careers, or they're in transition, or they maybe don't have as many clients as they'd like to have. And so they're just, maybe a little bit more introverted as well. That could be something. How would you want to be approached if you were Shy Sally?
I definitely would not want to be approached by narcissist Nellie, that's for sure. Somebody that is definitely confident, welcoming.
Somebody that's more confident and welcoming. Okay, so then maybe confident Christina walks into the room.
Right.
Okay, and what is confident Christina going to do?
Confident Christina is going to approach somebody like Shy Sally and introduce herself and make it about Shy Sally.
Right.
So how are you? What do you do? Where do you come from? Why are you here? How did you hear about the event? This is what I do. Here's my business card. Let's connect. I think I know somebody that might be able to work with you. Let me introduce you to them.
Right, and bring them around the room and connect them with other people. Exactly. So we want to be confident when we go to these networking events. And I understand your personality might be slightly different. Maybe you're not as outgoing or dynamic. But if you have a system and a process in place, then attending events can actually be a lot of fun. It doesn't have to be a lot of work. You don't have to go every single week, every single day. But we want to make sure that you have an intention when you go. And that could be to connect other people. It could be to promote somebody else and bring them to an event. It could be to maybe invite other clients as well. So we want to make it more engaging. And again, it's not just about you. I also think when it comes to dealing with somebody who's a little bit more shy, asking them powerful questions. So we want to probably avoid the question, what do you do? Especially to somebody that's a little bit more reserved. It's in one of the first things that people do when they say, hi, what do you do? Or do you have a card? It's not as personal, right? And so what brings you to this event today? Or who do you know here? that could be another way to open up conversation. Is that helpful?
Yeah, definitely.
So then how do we turn it into like Rockin' Rocio, right? How do we take it to the next level? A lot of people have asked me, well, this is great, Jennifer. I go to events. I've had some heartfelt conversations. I've connected with some amazing people. And then all of a sudden I get caught up in the busy life again. And I haven't followed through with somebody. So what do you find, Rocio, if you go to events or, what you don't necessarily like about the follow-up after an event?
I think what I don't like about the follow-up, I wouldn't say there is really anything that I don't like. I think it's just getting caught up in the day-to-day. And then before you know it, a week, 2 weeks have passed by, and you can't remember where you placed those business cards or the conversations that you had with those people. So what I try and do is when I come home, if I have collected, business cards, I try and make notes on the cards themselves of who this person was and what I thought of them. That way, if I can't get back to them and follow up with them, the following day or 2 days after, and I'm going back to them a week later, I have something that I can refer to.
Right, so you don't forget.
Right.
So let's say if you don't have a CRM, right, a way to manage your contacts, or you don't have an email database that you're collecting, et cetera, and you need to just start somewhere, LinkedIn is a really good reference to do that. And with LinkedIn now, you can actually save some of those notes. It'll pull up the notes of where you met with someone or the conversations that you had via messaging, via LinkedIn. So make sure that you're connecting with people on LinkedIn and send them a little note, remind them where you met them, so you can also remind yourself. That's very, very important. And then we don't want to necessarily collect business cards like you were saying. We want to actually have a system. So we want somebody to actually input those into a database for you. It could be a neighbor. It can be your child. But more importantly, maybe you start switching and you outsource some of that to a virtual assistant. And you have somebody implement this in a database that's correct, right? We don't want those misspellings there. And then we can take it a next level with your marketing. That's a little bit more advanced. We've talked about that in some other shows. And, of course, you can always connect with us at info@salesfromtheheart.com, and I can send you some resources or you can ask some questions there. So some good tips, right, on how to definitely connect with somebody, not just at a networking event, but also continuing that connection and establishing that relationship is going to be key. I also think one of the questions that came in via email is, what to expect when you attend a different event or you're going to events and, the mannerisms, the clothing that you should wear, the small talk. Let's keep it real. I mean, if you're worried about how you have to be or what you're wearing to an event or even on a show, we're in sweatshirts today. We're in casual clothes.
You're not going to feel comfortable.
Right. You have to feel comfortable. And today, this is what we wanted to do. It's your business. And you get to represent it the way that you want to. And if somebody doesn't want to work with you because you're dressed in jeans and a sweatshirt, then that's probably not the type of person that you would want to work with either. So make it a point to keep it real. Be you. Be authentic. Connect with that person from a heart-to-heart space. And you'll find that you're going to have more meaningful conversations, and your business will start to expand and grow, and that unshakable confidence will begin to develop more and more as well.
Sounds good. I think they're great tips.
See, Rocio's confident. She doesn't need to soak up all kinds of information because we take little pieces of it and then we apply it, right? And I think, Rocio, when we met several months ago, earlier in the year, there was a big difference in your confidence level. It was almost like you needed information all the time. You needed you just had to soak it all up, right? And you thought, okay, this is going to help me expand my business. But what have you found to actually be true to help you continue along your path of doing what you were designed to
do? I think definitely just what's really helped my confidence is just kind of was really surrender and just have faith that things would work out. And I don't know, I approach every person, every opportunity, every event with just this
ease.
With ease.
It just becomes.
It is effortless, and it's taken an incredible amount of pressure off of me.
Yep. I think we need to first get to that point, and then we implement that system and that process that's designed specifically for you. So if you're looking for a specific blueprint for yourself, right, we have to work from the inside out. And it's, yes, very tangible, and you do get actual results. Make sure that you connect with us on YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then also send me an email at info@salesfromtheheart.com. Or if you want to call in, you can call actually offline hours at the show to 773-614-SALE, and we'll actually feature your questions that you have. We can keep those confidential if you like as well. And we're here really to be a resource for you. So anything else that you want to add, Rocio, today?
No, I think you covered it all.
All right. So thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate the questions that you're sending in and the comments that you're giving, supporting the show. And we look forward to speaking with you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Many blessings.